Frugal, a psychological thriller. Copyright 2025. By Wdowski. The dinner. Upon opening the doors, it was as if she entered a wonderland. On the far wall was floor-to-ceiling windows that had a night view of Lower Manhattan and the East River. The floor was polished black and gold-veined Italian marble. In front of her was a large oval-shaped table. It was covered in a pristine white cotton tablecloth. It had 8 black leather armchairs. The chair at the end that faced the double doors had a set of fine white china and crystal ware. Next to it, on the left side of the table, was a second setting of white china and crystal goblets. The chair faced also a teakwood paneled wall. The wall had a chest-high line of bookcases, stocked with leather-bound books. To each side of the bookcase were single Indian rosewood doors with brass hardware. Above the bookcases at eye level were portraits of Washington, Lincoln, Hamilton, Grant, Franklin, and a sixth man May did not recognize. The framed oil paintings were all done in the style of the men on U.S. currency. What made them stand out more so was they oddly had red traditional Chinese characters stamped on the lower right corners. May, not knowing Chinese, could not read the characters. On the right side of the room was a 2-stepped raised teakwood platform. Upon it was a large oak desk. Behind the desk was a black leather executive's office chair. The desk had a built-in computer monitor at a 45-degree angle under glass. The wall behind it was bookcases from floor to ceiling. She noticed 2 large curved UHD TVs were mounted on each side of the double doors. The screens could easily be seen from the desk or the large oval table, which May guessed was actually a conference table under the tablecloth. The side single door to the office opened. Sean stood there holding a silver platter of raw oysters on the half-shell, nestled in chopped ice. He walked up to her, offering her the oysters in cocktail sauce. Oyster. Aphrodisiac. May questioned. Appetizer. Sean explained. Fresh oysters from the Long Island Sound. May took an oyster and let it slide smoothly down her throat. Delicious. She walked past him to examine the paintings. $1, $5, $10, $20, $50, and $100 Franklin. She looked at the 6th portrait. And President McKinley, $500. She turned to face him, taking another oyster. She placed the empty shell back on the bed of ice that Sean was still holding for her. What is with the Chinese characters? She pointed to the red ink. Is the artist's name Wdowski? Sean looked at the words. Funny thing is, he is not even Chinese. He's a 3rd-generation American of European heritage. They took their seats at the table. Sean sat at the head, May to his left. She had a direct view of the wall with the portraits and the leather-bound books. Have you read all those books? Most of them. Some I just use for reference, some I hope to when I have more free time. Your office and view are amazing. She looked out the windows, taking in the city at night from above. It helps in my business to be impressive. He explained. She turned her attention back to him. How so? It's simple if you want wealthy people to invest large sums of money with you. They have to feel you'll make them millions. He looked around. The stage is set to give them confidence in my firm's abilities. None of these expensive, extravagant details are necessary for me to do what I do best. She looked into his eyes. What is it you do best, Mr. Brighton? I buy low, sell high. He explained, I do my homework, I learn what is undervalued and what will be more valuable over time. Where did you go to university? Harvard. Yale. Neither. I never went to university. I hire those that have. He smiled at her. Rico was top of her class at Harvard. Have you ever heard that A students end up working for C students? I was an A student. May pointed out. And what of Ms. Ziegfeld? He asked, already knowing the answer. Realizing he made his point, she confessed she never went to university. He smiled. A woman in her mid-60s entered from the same door Sean had come through. She was simple in appearance but attractive. She was wearing a modest dress with a white chef's apron over it. She pushed a serving cart with silver-covered trays. She wheeled the cart to the table. Using silver serving tongs, she placed lobster tails, soaked in melted butter, on each of their plates. She then placed baked potatoes, loaded with butter and bacon bits alongside the tails. Quietly, she lifted the cover from a silver serving dish, revealing a spinach soufflé. She looked at May. "I hope you enjoy the meal." "Thanks, Mom. That's all for now," Sean softly told the woman, who sheepishly smiled and wheeled the empty cart out of the room. "Mom." May was shocked. Sean seemed surprised by May's reaction. "Yes, Mom. As you will soon discover, she is a fantastic cook. Why hire someone else when I can help my mother? She can outcook any high-priced Michelin chef. Besides, it gives her something to do. Something she enjoys doing. She cooks for all my most important clients." "Oh," May considered his explanation as she took a bite of a lobster tail that melted in her mouth. "She is a great cook. You have no idea how happy hearing that from you will make her feel." After they finished their entree, and one bottle of chilled Dom Perignon Brut that had perfectly complemented the lobster and butter sauce, Mrs. Brighton quietly returned to clear their plates. She replaced their used plates with chocolate mousses and cups of cappuccino for dessert. "Mrs. Brighton, the meal was amazing. My compliments to the chef." May, a little tipsy, toasted her. The older woman thankfully smiled before immediately wheeling the serving cart out of the room. May turned to Sean. "I feel guilty." "For what?" "Your mom worked so hard cooking this wonderful meal for us, yet didn't join us," May confessed. "She is happy to see me finally entertaining a lovely young woman like you," he explained. "Is it true you never date? No relationships? I have my informers, too." She smiled at him. "And if not, why me?" Sean sighed lightly before answering. "My mother left my father because he was not successful. I never wanted that to happen to me. I want a woman that will stay with me, actually believe in traditional wedding vows of rich or poor, healthy or sick, until death do us part. My mother's actions towards my father taught me that those vows do not carry much weight in our modern, liberated society. So I understood that if I wanted a marriage that would last, I could not be like my father. I needed to first focus on building my fortune. Once that was accomplished, I could find the right woman." "I understand." May slightly leaned away from him in self-reflection. She thought about how she left John. Was she no different than Sean's mother?